And then after the war, when there was this cult of power, cult of winners, it was very hard to fight this right of winners to share, divide the world how they wanted. But Yalta Conference, that's one of the points in our history. We understand why and what happened there, this division of post-war world. The countries, and there were most of them, which were in Europe, they were in two zones of occupation. One of the zones was Allies, the US, the UK, France, and the other was under Soviet occupation. And the processes that happened after the war, they went differently in these two parts of the world. I would just say that in Western Europe and in Eurasia. For me, it's very important to have this opposition of two civilizational identities. Western European, that is generally human, as you can say, and Eurasian, so that is Eastern identity. And I warn you immediately that there is no negative connotation that I would insert in these words. They're simply different. And in most aspects, they're even opposite. So, what I mean here, the countries which won, they divided the world. The countries which participated, but did so passively, only suffered, they, especially in Eastern Europe, were in the role of occupied by the Soviet Union. These are the Baltic countries. This is Ukraine, which is also important for us, which tried to find its place in history yet again and was unable to find it because these two gangsters, Hitler and Stalin, didn't pay any attention to what Ukrainians needed. And the countries of so-called people's democracy also found themselves in the role of occupied countries. And for them, this occupation lasted for 50 more years. That is until 1991. And it's only in 1991 that we can believe it was the real end of World War II, the division of the world which the winning countries made. Why did it happen differently in these two parts of the world? Why did they treat the memory of this war differently? Because in the very beginning they were different, these two parts of the world. As I already said, the models that I use, and just as any model, it's conditional. There is Western Europe, civilization identity, and Eurasian identity. And it is the identity that defines all derivatives from it, and defines to a lot of extent the future of this countries which live through any catastrophes, in particular World War II, that they survived. In Western Europe, actually, democracy won. That is, those winners that we had from that side, they enabled us to restore this democratic basis we had before the war, because these countries already had experience in democracy, maybe not the way as we understand democracy now, but still they were moving towards this, and after the war they continued this way. The break was not that big, and very often, as for the eastern part, the Soviet Union and those countries that were in the orbit of its influence, they found themselves in the field of Eurasian identity, not democratic, authoritarian. For many years it was also totalitarian. So it was based on lies, propaganda and violence, which was covered up by these lies. And of course, to expect that in this part of the world, they are going to be aware of World War II just the way that they are going to be in Western Europe, that wasn't something to expect. Soviet authorities didn't allow to do that. And this narrative that they built held, as they call it now, this excessive victory narrative, it was imposed by its army, torture, security service. It imposed it to all nations that were that lost their freedom after World War II. Americans actually offered their own ideology. They also called it democracy, not ideal maybe, but we still see that the nations that were in that zone of occupation, they restored their democratic institutions. That's the most important.
That's great that they could renew it, but what we had to restore, the Baltic countries had a lot to remember. They used to have their own country up to 1930, and they already had the first steps in building a democratic society. And they've continued in 1991, but the break was 50 years. And they felt it. Because, you know, as I say, the democracy in Baltic countries was spoiled by the Euro-Asian democracy, by the Soviet Union. And we can still feel it. And Ukraine had no previous memory. Neither Ukraine nor Moldova, Belarus, in their history, there was not even a decade of democracy. And under the influence of the torture of repressions, they've agreed to accept the narrative proposed by the leaders of the Soviet Union. Well, of course, this was an external agreement to proposal, not the internal one.